sometimes even reach people's comments and just...
Hello Ugandans, hello Makarians. Good evening to you all. My name is Shamim Nambasa, the 87th Guild President, Makerere University. I want to welcome everyone that is part of this live and also to ask you to invite other people who can be part of this as we stand together to fight for a common Makererian. Today's live is going to be very brief and direct to the point. While we believe that as Ugandans and as Makerere students that we deserve and we have a right to education, it so happens that it does not sit well with each and every one. I want to take you back to March 2020 when the world was hit by the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. It was a rather absurd moment and a time when all institutions, the entire economy was closed and we were all forced to go back home and suffer. While we went through all that dementia, or should I call it trauma, we kept thinking, what next for us, the young generation, whose future is in education? While we grow up and we are made to believe that our life, our future, what we want to become depends on our education and what we go through, it is a time when we come together and say, what next for us? While we waited for what is going to be done for us, as Makerere University, we were proud when we reached a moment and said, well, we are the only university that is studying. We're the only university that has continued to have an education system that moves on amidst all challenges. We cannot say that it was only the administration that bothered or tried to compromise or worked so hard to see this happen. The student fraternity was at the center stage while we ensured that we continue to study. Now comes a time when the economy has been opened, when people have been encouraged to vaccinate, when everything has happened, and then we wait and we are glad to see that the university goes back to normal. That we have been waiting for this moment when he comes out and says now the economy is fully opened. Bars are open. Primary schools are opened. Higher institutions of learning are opened fully, that everyone can now go back to what we call the normal. Much as we try to adjust to the new normal, we cannot do away with the challenges that we faced. And we come henceforth before the administration and say, why is Makerere University continuing to operate in a staggered manner while other people are actually open? Let us understand this, that during the COVID pandemic, Makerere University was teaching online. While we continue to express our challenges, that we are in a country where everything is taxed. We are in a country where the universities are trying to ensure that education continues, that we are trying to study online. We are using Zoom, we are using applications in a country where the internet structure is not actually stable, that we have people staying in Karamoja. Makerere University brings students from all walks of life. We have students whose parents work in Chikubo. We have students whose parents are vendors, or should I say Batembei. We have students who come right away from Karamoja and they're the only ones, only one person that is representing a certain region. But we had to buy data to be able to attend those classes. And in a situation where we are buying data to attend class, the minister or the Ministry for ICT goes ahead to impose taxes on data. So who is failing who? That we are in a country where the students are trying so hard to make sure that they continue, but then this is the point where they find they have to impose taxes on data, or should I call it internet taxes. That while we expressed our challenges, that we have a generation of lecturers, the so-called professors, who have not really understood how this online system operates, and they're so hell-bent on failing it, that in a semester that is supposed to be for 17 weeks, it is only being done for 14 weeks. But then the lecturer will actually come only once in a while. That we have lectures or lecturers that are only teaching 4 times a semester. That while people want to study, they are going to come to the university for only 4 weeks and go back home. These are students that only pick 10% from class. The 90% is gotten from outside. That we must have discussions, we must have presentation, we must have all kinds of learning that we teach ourselves. But then we are being put in a situation where we have to suffer. We have to fend for ourselves. And that's why we are saying we want the entire Makerere University opened for each and every one. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, now this goes to you, that while we live in a Uganda and we go ahead to say that Makerere University is Uganda summarized, this does not stop on just small issues. That we are in a university where when a student raises up to fight against injustices, the Vice Chancellor will very fast issue a warning letter. Before you realize it, you're suspended from school. Now let me make this clear for everyone. The Ugandans that are out there, when a student is suspended from Makerere University, the time is not clear. You could be suspended for 2 years. You could be suspended for 3 years. You could be suspended for 5 years. When you're suspended, you're not allowed on university premises. When they find you around the university, you are arrested. You do not go to class. You cannot stand for any position within the university. Dear Ugandans, these are your sons and daughters. That when they are suspended from the university, they're not going to continue studying. For a student 2 years out of school, if you take, for example, someone that is doing pharmacy, that is a lot of money for someone who is supposed to be out of school. That we have already been out of school for all these years of COVID, and then students get suspended for coming out to speak out the truth. What then is the difference between the person who got Kakwenza and hit him up and you, the Vice Chancellor, that is suspending students for coming out to speak? While we sit in our comfort zones, Ugandans, students out there, it is time that we come out and speak. This is a war. It is time that we come out and fight for us. It is time that we stand as Ugandans. This is not just about Makerere University. It is about all of us. It is about, these are your daughters, these are your sons, these are the people who are going to be the future of people out there. That while we look at an education sector that has for so long been raped by people who are done with school, it's upon us now who are suffering to find our lives. That Kyambogo University is open. Makerere University Business School, that is a branch of Makerere University, is fully opened. Gulu University is open. All institutions are open. Bars are open. Everywhere is open. We are not seeing reason as to why Makerere University remains closed. While we come here to fight, we believe that in the most honesty and justice that we have engaged the university all we can. And we are calling out everyone out there. Let us stand together in this fight. The future of Uganda lies in our education system. The people that go into this labor force, the biggest number of them come from universities, they come from school, they come from the education sector, be it institutions, be it technical institutions, everyone comes from the education sector. That while this country has about 75% youth, Makerere University hosts 40,000 and above youth. So we are in a country that we believe we must have technology, yes, but why does it have to be done this way? Can we understand the students' point of view? People that are listening to us, that the students are now being denied internship placements just because they are being referred to as YouTube students, just because they have suffered so much. Let us try to come out and speak. Let us come out and fight. Makerere University students, today they have suspended someone else. Tomorrow it is going to be you. It's going to be your roommate. Can we come out and speak? We all need justice. Makerere University needs justice. The student fraternity needs justice. The Vice Chancellor is taking everything in his hands, and we have cried out enough. We need Ministry of Education and Sports to come out. We need the Uganda Parliament to come out, the Education Committee. We need National Council for Higher Education to come out and fight. We need to stand, because this now is a war for the whole country. Makerere University used to be in the 4th position. But now we are lingering in the 18th position. While the quality of education that is being offered to students is declining, the entire country is going to go down. Makerere University is our fountain of honor. We cannot lose it to professors just because for them they are done with school. A professor of architecture is worried about observance of SOPs, while the directive comes from the president that has health advisors. Can we stand out and speak? Can we speak truth to authority? We should not be afraid to speak. No level of intimidation is going to stop us from standing together. Makerere University, Chambogo University, whoever it is, today it's in Makerere, tomorrow it's going to be somewhere else. We've failed to understand why the university is closed till date. That while we now speak, can we start to act? When you see us come out to speak tomorrow, when you see us put on those red gowns, do not call us hooligans, because we are fighting for the future of this country. That we are in a dictatorship kind of regime, just in this small university that we are staying in. We need to speak truth to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Barnabas Nawangwe. He must understand that as the students, this is an institution of academic freedoms. It's a place where we speak. It's a place where everyone has the freedom to express themselves. While he has the powers to continue to suspend and intimidate students, those are the same things that are happening in Uganda. But when we keep quiet in times of injustices, then we are just siding with a junta. We need to speak. We need to fight. We need to stand for ourselves. Your daughters and sons are suffering within these gates of Makerere. We are having issues that we did online exams, but then the results are not even out. Lecturers lost our exams that we submitted. We are suffering. Your fellow students are not going to graduate because they do not have results. We need to come out and stand for us. We need to fight because we are losing it. While we lose Makerere University, we are losing the entire Uganda. I believe that as the student fraternity, we have spoken, we have negotiated, we have had all these peace talks, but then what next when our cries are lying onto deaf ears? What next when we do not have people that are fighting for us? So come this Monday, 7th Feb, everyone is expected to be starting to study, and we expect the same. They are going to deploy, they are going to do whatever it takes, but well, that is the Uganda in which we live. We must come out and speak. While we continue to pay the same tuition and functional fees, I want to make everyone understand what functional fees are. That you're paying for electricity, you're paying for water, you're paying for the library, you're paying for the swimming pool, you're paying for medication, but you're only coming to the university for 4 weeks. Where is that money going? A lot of theft is happening within the university. We need to believe that we are actually getting accountability for what we are fighting for. That why does the university continue to keep quiet? Why does the university remain closed? While we did our research and showed statistics on vaccination, they seem not to be enough. That Makerere University Hospital alone has vaccinated 20% of the student fraternity. Uganda opened with 30% vaccination rate. These students got vaccinated when we were home. The research we have made shows every 70 in 100 students are vaccinated. We believe we've done all it takes. We have observed SOPs. We are mature people. While bars are open, that we do not expect people to observe SOPs in those places. Why then does it have to come to the education sector? We believe that the education sector has been raped. We are under siege. We're actually handcuffed. We need to break free of these handcuffs and start to speak and get the education that we deserve. While we keep quiet, what is left for the students with disabilities? Makerere University has students that cannot listen, that cannot hear. It has students that cannot see. It has students that are actually lame. It has all kinds of students. What happens when a lecturer is teaching online and this student actually has hearing problems? That on a normal basis, these students have guides. They have people who show them what the lecturer is doing. These students are paid and gotten by the university. These guides are gotten by the university. So we have a student that stays in Kabale and a guide stays in another country, in another district or whatever. So when we are having these online classes, that student is then left alone. That we have lost touch with our students with disabilities, while Makerere is supposed to be a place for everyone. We need to come out and speak. If Professor Barnabas Nawangwe cannot fit within this kind of system that produces students who will come out and fight for themselves, who will come out and speak about issues that are affecting them, then let him leave. But I want to reassure all students that have been issued warning letters, suspension letters, all levels of intimidation, that we are behind you and we believe that you deserve justice. You have been suspended unjustly and we are going to stand with you. We are going to stand with you right from the start to the end. So many things are not right, but we must put them right. This is the only time we have to stand together and fight. Battle lines have been drawn. This is a war. Let us stand for our education system. We cannot lose this. The members of Parliament, Ministry of Education and Sports, National Council for Higher Education, why are you quiet? At such a point when Makerere University is losing it, why are you quiet? For us as the student fraternity, we are going to use the language that they understand. But we also need each and everyone's intervention. We must come together. We must fight for the education sector because that is where the future of this country lies. Gallant intellectuals of Makerere, wherever you are, Monday 7th February, be at the university. Let us stand together for what we believe in. Let us restore the glory of this university. Let us be there because all gates must be opened for all students. Thank you.